No, you do not need to check your mobile device. You are seeing this correctly. I am finally back on MotoGP 22. It has been God knows how long since I've last played this game. I have a love-hate, well, mainly a hate-hate relationship, if I'm honest, with this game. I do not like it at all. But because we are doing the modded final season of career mode, I'm going to dig in, I'm going to get the content out, and I'm going to try and enjoy it as best as I can. For some of you who are new to the channel that haven't seen the series before, we have a slightly modded field and a shorter calendar for the season. We've only done one race, Qatar. I came P5, we are on the LCR Honda. Now, I'll start at the bottom of the championship. We'll see some names change up the top. So, Davi is still with the RNF Yamaha. We've Jack Miller on the factory KTM. Frankie is still in his position in Yamaha. Miguel Oliveira on a Honda, something we might have seen if he didn't choose to go to Aprilia this year. Remy Gardner still in the second seat on the second team, or second tier KTM I should say. Enea Bastianini in Pramac. Now I'll get to that kind of move in a minute and why that happened. Bezecchi, Nakagami, Fernandez, Digi Antonio, Binder, Marini are all the same. Jean Mayer has jumped over to his real life compatriot now of Repsol Honda. Alex Rins remains with Suzuki. Johan Zarco has jumped over to the factory Suzuki team. He did actually test for them in 2016 before move, but they ended up going with a different direction. Bagnaia is still with his steed in factory Ducati. Vinales, Binder, Fabio, and Paul Espargaro is the second rider in Pramac, a real left to field move there. Myself is the second rider in LCR. Alex Marquez P4 in the championship at the moment on the replacement bike for Bastianini. Elias Espargaro third, and on his Aprilia Jorge Martin has the factory Ducati ride replacing Miller, and Marc Marquez still on his Repsol. So quite a bit has changed. At the time of making this, it was pretty much confirmed that Jorge Martin was going to get the factory ride. How well that has aged is pretty funny, but we're going to jump in today. We have Mandalika. I've not played this game in so long, so if I score points today, it will be an absolute miracle. Let's jump over to the track. So at the end of free practice, Paul Espargaro on his Pramac Ducati tops it with a 29.8. I spent most of my session going round and round and round, ended in P7, less than half a second off, 0.9 separating the whole field. As always in MotoGP, it is ridiculously close. Now, for that lap time, I did tuck myself in behind the 89 of Jorge Martin, got dragged around and maybe had 2 tenths on the table. So I might have been able to get into the top 8. I might have been able to match what he did, but overall, it's quite challenging to get back to some sort of decent pace. But I actually felt decent when I was behind someone, so maybe in the race we should fare better, but for now, for qualifying, it might be time to get a tow. So we begin our lap in Q1. One tyres just out of the box just to see can we get a lap in early, save a set if we can get through to Q2. I'm not even sure if we'll make it through, to be honest, but oh, the Honda not feeling good early on here, making some shapes into turn 1. Oh, lucky to keep that in track limits, to be fair. Missed that apex. Oh, front went. Hello. Oh, pushed like hell through there as well. So scruffy old lap, to be fair. Does it pick up? Struggling so much down into turn 10 to get it stopped. Just naturally pushes you in there with the run you get out of that kind of snake section. Oh, throwing it in on the curb. I was so lucky not to crash there. Got that all wrong in there. So 30.1 for Bezecchi. Shredded my tyres on this lap. It's Nakagami. Is he coming into the pits? We've been dragged very deep. Probably won't even be a 1 minute 30 this rate. It's been such a poor lap for my opener. Definitely going to have to go again. It's going to be a 32.2. So we cooked our tyres. Need to go again. As we come into the final few corners to start our second lap in qualifying. It is me and Taka Nakagami miles off the back of the field at the moment, so it looks like the Honda isn't a bite to be on. around here at the moment. So right height device engaged. We need a good lap this time though if we have any chance of getting out into Q2. We've not had any good luck at this track in any of the career modes so far. Crashing in Moto 3 in the race, crashing in Moto 2 in the race. This rate I'll be happy just to see a checker flag at this track. Nice apex that time. I believe that's Remy Gardner off. No, it's not. There was a yellow flag in front. It is Remy ahead of me. Much better lap so far this time. I get it stopped. Yeah. Much better lap, but I don't know if it'll be anything worth my while. Should have a good bit of time in this corner here. Oh, and we're down! That really let go early. And that is the end of qualifying. That was a shock, if you couldn't tell by my screen. Bike is damaged. That really let go so early. So it's going to be P15 on the grid. Yikes. Right then, we've gone medium, slightly overcast conditions, so Pramac 1-2. Jack made up in P5 on the KTM. Stunning qualifying. Of course we are last. Overcast conditions, temperatures aren't the best, but I feel like a lot of edge grip will be used around this corner and this track, so for me, just need slightly more conservative tyre choice. I did think of a soft front for the extra performance and a soft rear, but at the same time I was shredding them in qualifying and in practice, so even to medium I'm going to have to be gentle and see how we get on early in this one, but we have nothing to lose. I just want to see the end of the race and the checker flag really to get out of this track.
With the sighting lap safely negotiated, the lights will go out in a few seconds and the Indonesian Grand Prix will get underway.
I'm actually nervous for this. It's my first race on this game in so long. And it's a good launch. Alright, we're going to release the brake. Small bit of contact between me and Darren Binder, I believe it was. Oh, Luca, I'm so sorry. You did ruin one of my qualifying laps. So, yeah. What is with the eye? Why are they so slow in the race? I'm not going to complain. Into P8 early here. Behind Mark Marquez, so we're almost top Honda already. It's been an amazing start to this race. So far down the grid. That is Marquez distinguished. We're going to have to be careful with the front though, because I had a few of them slides in practice, and I reckon in qualifying the extra temperatures really put the front end through hell. But it was a weird crash because it just felt like I was just about to release the brake and trail the bike through the corner, but it just let go so quick. Corners like this now, I'm going to have to just be a bit gingerly through these corners. Oh, speaking of not doing what I said, well, that was a warning. Go away. There's the final corner we come. So P5 in Qatar, top Honda here. Oh, late on the brakes. Not really what you want to be making up your time is on the brakes. It's always a risky strategy. As you can see, if you make a mistake, you go pretty deep. Marky Mark looking as predatorial as he always does. There we are, starting to lose him now a bit, so the opening lap I did manage to kind of benefit, but it looks like now I am starting to feel the pace of this race already. Just a bit of a Scandi flick there into turn 10. I'm not really getting dropped that quick, but there's a small gap growing. I'm not too happy about. Whoa, Jesus Christ, front end again. We just touched the white line. was a big crash waiting to happen. Maybe that's what we did in our qualifying lap, but I don't think it was. Alright, it's key this lap we get it stopped. And we definitely didn't. Jeez, that was almost as bad. So we need to get the bike stopped better in there. Powering out of the last corner already on lap 3. 31.1, not a bad lap time. Sitting it up, firing out. It's going to be a new PB for me. 30.7. Not being shown any lap times from the riders in front, so I don't know what that actually is, to be honest, in terms of race pace. I think at this moment in time, though, this Honda is plagued with these issues. This is really turning into the 22 season where those one Repsol Honda on the box in round 1, which was Marcus, he won it. And then from there on in, it's just a shit show. Thankfully, they weren't any closer, because that could have been catastrophic. Maximum focus now till the end. Bring this position home. Okay on tyres, okay on fuel. The lack of front end feeling. Marquez, please go away, sir. Jesus, these curbs are big. Oh, I'm starting to make mistakes now. The 8-time world champion behind me is sensing it. Park it in this penultimate corner if I can. I've gone wide. So is Marquez. We cut it back right in front of him. Penultimate lap is done. Final lap time. The 3 Hondas, the 2 Repsols and me at the front of this group. We are a long way off though from the rest of the pack, where we really want to be, especially the Repsol boys. Being beaten by a rookie, not going to look good back in Japan. Oh, again, touching that curve, that is so risky. One corner to go, this should be enough. Marquez tries to punt me, but we get to drive to the line. P7. That was a hard fought P7. So Francesco Bagnaia wins it ahead of Paul Espargaro and Enea Bastianini. 4 Ducatis in the top 5. Jack Miller shouted to him on his KTM. That was a brilliant ride to be that close to his old team of the fractured Ducatis. I come on P7 ahead of Marquez and Mir. So 3 Hondas in the top 10. Not too bad. Where is the other few Hondas? So really, we are showing that the bike is not there yet when we're just so far off. Look, it's 5 seconds between me and Jack, and our lap times all pretty identical. The championship looks like this. We are down to P6 as Fabio and Paul both jump ahead of us. So Marquez still leads, but only by 2 points from Francesco Bagnaia and Jorge Martin. Shout out for Paul Espargaro as well. He's had a brilliant start to the season. Ducati still lead the team's championship. We are all the way down to P7, so we have a long championship ahead of us. And the manufacturers, we are second. But that's only because Mark won in Qatar. So then, that is where I'm going to leave it for today. Next up is Thomas de Rea Honda in Argentina. But I hope you have enjoyed the return to MotoGP 22 career. I hope to knock this out over the next couple of weeks and months, get the season finished off. We do have a shortened calendar. We only have, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15 races, so slightly shorter, so it shouldn't be as long of a season to get through. But if you did enjoy today's video, drop a like down below, subscribe to see more content on the channel. I shall see you all in the next video. Bye bye.